What's cracking, people? I'm Theo Kane and welcome back to Slimehouse. Hold tight, Dave on wheels.
Hello.
So we're going to be going to an event today called Salute, which is the UK's biggest wargaming event, which is like Warhammer and tabletop gaming and all that kind of thing, but it's not all Warhammer. It's lots of independent people there that make their own miniatures, that have got their own games that they've created and that kind of thing. Real interesting stuff and a whole avenue of things that I'm really interested in and never really get the opportunity to explore that much. So really looking forward to today. Don't really know what to expect. Just know that we're going to be linking up with Bill, Dandos and a load of other YouTubers that I've collabed with before but not ever met in person, so that's going to be awesome. And yeah, we're just going to keep an open mind and just see how we get on. So if that sounds like a bit of you, sit back, make sure you're comfy and get strapped in for a very unique, different episode of Slimehouse TV today. Let's do this. So Salute is a big annual event that's been going on now for like the past 5 decades. A place for fans of wargaming and other miniature-based tabletop hobbies to all get together, enter painting competitions, buy stuff and of course play games. So we're talking big names like Warhammer and Games Workshop and Star Wars Shatterpoint, etc. But then there's also lots of companies here that very much like the independent toy world that I'm used to moving around in, produce and release their own games and their own rule sets. There's also tons of companies that produce their own independent figurines and miniatures, and on top of all that there's tons of stalls selling materials, tools and paints and diorama supplies, again ranging from the biggest names in the game to smaller independent businesses. Now, if you're a regular viewer of the channel, you'll know that I usually operate mainly in the vintage toy and designer toy making space, but I do love wargaming. I've got a big old hammer collection and I also do a bit of scratch building and kit bashing. And earlier this year, myself and a bunch of other YouTube creatives all got together to take part in something called the Big Bot Bash. You might have even seen some of the videos, and although we had all worked on it together and we'd all spoken lots online, hardly any of us had actually ever met in person. So one of the main things that I was really looking forward to was being able to finally meet up with a bunch of these awesome YouTubers face to face. Let's get into it. Going high, brother. The first thing that I noticed was just how big this place was. This was no Toy Fair sized gathering, this was like pure Comic Con vibes. I knew there were going to be a few thousand people here, but this place was absolutely packed. I'd watched videos of Salute before on YouTube, so I knew kind of what to expect, but obviously being here in person is a whole different thing. I'm just looking for a couple of twins with glasses on. I text him, I goes, we're here now, where are you? And don't say next to the wargaming table. We're trying to find Bill. But there's just so many people that look like Bill. Everywhere I look, there's a dude with glasses and a beard. So it could be anywhere. Now, because I've never been here before, I did feel very much like an outsider. And in these kind of situations, if I can, I always like to click up with someone that's a bit more familiar with the layout of the land. So before we did anything, I made a point of tracking down a familiar face. Or in this case, 2 of them. Where's your glasses? I don't like without your glasses on. I don't recognise you. You look very different without your glasses on. It'll be fine. Give it an iron.
I was going to check to see if it's got anything on the bottom. You're going to sign this?
I can do. I've got a pen because I wanted Bill to sign my bangarang.
Now, if you've watched any of the videos on my channel over the past year, you've probably seen me link up with Bill from Bill Making Stuff before. Whether it's for a toy hunt or to collaborate on a video, to make something for a game or film a battle report with him, but I'm a big fan of his work, he's a good friend of mine and it's always nice to have a reason to hang out. It was also really cool to meet Bill's brother Dan from Dandos for the first time as well, another very talented artist with an awesome YouTube crafting channel who was again part of the Big Bot Bash collaboration that we did, and someone else that I've spent a lot of time with hanging out online in the digital space before but never in person.
Oh, they're all fire, very symmetrical. Oh, they're all a bit of me, these, bro.
Yeah, there's not any bands in white kids.
Is it full? Is that the last one? I never... Oh, I like the phallic one.
So after exchanging pleasantries, gifts and stickers, signing each other's work and taking some obligatory Turgo selfies, it was off to go and hunt for something that Bill and myself are both massive fans of, old school Warhammer, or Old Hammer as many people like to call it.
This is a bit of Old Hammer they've got. Bit of stuff, like these are like a £5 each, painted nice already for you. And obviously you'd want to paint them yourself, wouldn't you? But they're painted wicked. I like them, £5 each. £6 each. They're just full of minis, man. Mini galore. Well, we're gonna. Well, that's like £25 for the set, Bob. I always love that Dreadnought. I've got a really old Chaos, the first ever Chaos Dreadnought. I love that.
Obviously, Oldhammer is just a small percentage of the cool stuff that can be found at Salute. With games happening everywhere that we looked, big diorama displays set up, and impressive looking stands posted up all around selling all manner of wargaming awesomeness, I was just purely enjoying being there, soaking up the vibe, and trying to check out as much of it as possible.
And these are kind of miniatures you can use for any game, like standard stuff you can use for Stargrave, make your own little warband.
Big fan of the channel, man.
Oh, nice one.
For the work you do.
Oh, appreciate it, bro. Respect, bro. Nice one. There's here, look, Dave Blade getting his nerd on. Getting his nerd on. Yeah, I like these mats a lot, man. Like, if you've not got the space for terrain, you just roll this out on the table. It looks really nice. And this is the company that make them. There's probably other companies that make them, but this is the one that I've heard of before. Old type mixed model making with the little care package. A bit of sculpting, a bit of hand casting. Respect, bro. Nice one. Thank you very much.
Good one. Good one. Oh, yes. Yeah. Yes, have you got the
All right, fella, how you doing?
You well, yeah,
nice
good.
one, nice to meet
Where
you.
is he?
He's in my bag, do you want to see him?
So if we get a photo?
Yeah, of course we can.
Take photos on.
Wicked, nice one. No worries,
Really
appreciate
nice
you
to
saying
meet
hello. No, not at all, mate, nice
What's
one.
the rest of
You
your
have to
photo?
give him back now. Nice one. Cheers.
Regular viewers of the channel as well might also know that I'm a big fan of Japanese model kits and Gunpla, so it was awesome to see a bunch of them on sale at the event courtesy of Whaling Games.
I would really love an Evangelion Gunpla kit. I would really like one of those. A Bandai, it's not Gunpla, it's not Gundam, it's Evangelion, but I would really like an Eva 2 kit, but I don't know if they'll have got one. 20 quid. Nice kits, bro. Hey, Common Rider. We got some Common Rider as well. Beautiful. It's all new Common Rider. It's not my favourite Showa era, but Kamen Rider Black ain't too bad. Although I do prefer Kamen Rider Black RX. Oh, we've got original. There we go. Master Rider, Shin Master Rider. There we go. Well, it's Shin Master Rider, but you know what I mean. Awesome. Love it. My boy. My guy. I love to see it. So as you can see, this place is overwhelming. I know I've used that word before to describe big events, but this is crazy. There's so many people here, like 7,000 I think they've had through the door. And we've been here for a few hours now. I've not done much talking to camera and stuff just because there's been so much going on. But yeah, they really weren't lying when they said this is a massive event. I can fully see why it's the biggest in the UK, if not like the biggest in Europe. But I'm loving it, we're loving it, it's awesome. Or is it to keep as? Because it's a nice base, isn't it, either way?
It's got a nice base, but I got like the little special...
It was also really cool to finally meet Ben from Apocrypha Now as well. This is the dude that created the game Tonks that you might have seen me and Bill play before, and he's also the person that co-created the new Bangarang in the Gutterlands game with Bill that we did our last battle report on. Myself and Dave Blade had also had a game of Bangarang the night before back at Slimehouse HQ as well, so it was very awesome to finally meet him in person.
Okay, and action.
So it was around this time in the day that Bill had to go off and do a panel. He was part of something called the Great British Makeoff, where a bunch of well-known wargaming YouTube personalities all had to create some kind of pirate-themed terrain. So joining Bill on the stage were two of our fellow Big Bot Bash band members, Teen Fielding and Alex from 52 Miniatures. Joe from Encounter Terrain was also taking part, and last but certainly not least on the stage was Louise Sugden of Rogue Hobbies. 5 very dope artists who had all handled the assignment very differently but absolutely smashed it, and it were really awesome to hear about their own individual approaches touches to the craft and see all the incredible little details that they'd added up close and personal, because it were one of them, even though they look good on photos and videos, seeing these dioramas in person is a whole different thing.
Yeah,
So cool,
you
man.
pour black in and then like pour it out and then pour red in, like you dump two colours, to get like a marble effect.
I'm loving everything you're doing, man.
Thank you. We're trying.
Yeah. Oh man, I want one.
Nice one.
So once that was all done, the rest of the time was our own. We got out of the venue for a little bit, we had a little rest, grabbed some dinner, went outside for some fresh air, and then went back inside with the mission to check out as many of the stalls as possible, because there was still so much that I hadn't seen yet. Also, I'd not bought anything at this point yet either, and with so much cool stuff on offer, I knew that I had to come home with at least a couple of cool souvenirs.
Crooked Dice, I'm a fan of this. Oh, look at that, that's him from Threads, man. See that, Apocalyptic? That copper with the bandage around his face, that's from Threads. Shot in Sheffield.
So one of the first vendors that I spent some money at was Crooked Dice Studios. Now I've seen these guys before in videos. They make incredible old school style metal figures inspired by 60s, 70s, 80s and 90s pop culture icons. Some obvious ones, some more very deep cut ones. But I'm a big fan of it, I'm loving what they're doing, so you know that I had to make a couple of purchases on their stuff.
Robocop's there, look. Oh look, we've got Highlander and Snake.
Favourite Rambo over here?
Have they? Oh, he's getting bought. Who would I be if I left here without picking him up? 100%. Nothing is over. You just don't turn it off. Riggs! I'm definitely getting Rambo. Even got a Turgo.
You've taken ownership of it.
Metal.
And Mortal Kombat characters.
Yeah. I'm pretty tempted to pick them up. Bebop and
I think you
Rocksteady.
should, mate. 15 quid. Nice, that. That's not a waste of money, is it? 15 quid on two solid figures. These guys are fire.
No.
That's dope. I saw a 6 Shredder as well there. You get Shredder and Krang. El Bastardo Machete. There's Stanley, look.
I
They
like
got Kraken and the Action Force. Some little critters.
Yeah.
Head 209. That's nice. Weird Science. Kelly LeBrock.
Iron Blood. That's a cool one.
Yeah, Baron Ironblood.
Little,
£10, please.
And not Ashen and not Rambo.
Cash or card?
Yeah. What do you prefer?
Oh, where are you from?
Cash. Cash is nice now. Cash works.
Yeah.
All done. Sweet.
So I treated myself to a couple of these inspired by Ash from Evil Dead and John Rambo for obvious reasons. And speaking of old school style lead figures, there were so many cool ones to check out here, and being a fan of Oldhammer, I honestly couldn't get enough of them. Also, being at an event like this that was so big with so much going on, it can kind of be an assault on the senses, so I had to switch my brain a bit to focus on the smaller things that were all around me too, really dial my eyes in. It's hard to explain, but once I started concentrating on just the miniatures that were for sale, I started seeing so many that I like the look of. And not only that, the prices I thought were also pretty incredible.
Look at him, 4 quid, he's fire. Yeah, that's more than him. Look at him. They're dope. I mean, and it's metal as well. I like that it's lead. These 4 quid, 3 quid. I'll get one of them. Yeah, I'm gonna get him, man. He's nice. Little 4 quidder. Bad boy. I mean, I'm not gonna be able to paint it like that, but 20 years, I put it in pile of shame. You got any skeletons?
No.
No skeletons. That guy says to go check out Diode Miniatures because he's got loads of skeletons, old school style.
Not that guy on the horse.
You can separate them.
Oh, I see, with the
Got
crossbows.
niche.
Right.
Yeah, the standard bearer, the musician.
And then this guy is. I'll have. Is he 12?
Yes.
I'll take him. I'll take that guy. I'll take the snake guy. Yeah, I'll take him. Thank you. So I really wanted this little lizard clan. He's like little space lizard men, but they're all gone. And I can understand why, because they're fire.
Yeah.
But we're going to take a card and hopefully get a little set in the future.
They're very, they're class.
Like only kind of marshals that are left to.
Something else that's really interesting as well is like the prices. You think of Games Workshop, you think of Warhammer, you think expensive, but there's so many cool independent people here that make their own lead miniatures and stuff. We've bought a few, 4 quid, 6 quid, a 5 odd, you know what I mean? Like really low prices for hand sculpted, like very low run cast independent stuff, and I think that's awesome, man. Like I've enjoyed looking through the miniatures and picking some up, not for any particular reason, any particular army. They were just cool and I wanted to support them. So yeah, in terms of prices, I'm very, very pleased with the prices. Very good. Very, very good.
Another stand that I had a lot of time for was Fenris Games, who just had racks and racks of absolute fire. Again, what drew me in was that hand-sculpted look and that metal cast stuff that just has that pure, authentic, old-school feel that I'm always such a sucker for.
There's loads I could get, because they look so old school, that's what attracts me. Yeah, there's so many of these companies making like dope hand-sculpted lead figures, and I keep wanting to buy them. I don't even need them for anything. I won't even paint them anytime soon. They're just so dope, I don't want to leave them, because they're cheap. 15 quid for free. Beautiful, man. I've got so much time for it. These keep calling me. It's like a little trio of pig oak scouts. I just like them. I just think they're dope. I'm feeling it. I'd so much rather buy that than a new figure, and it's independent as well.
This was a Kickstarter in 2014.
Yeah.
I got 28 freelance sculptors working
Right.
on this job. There were 59 different models, all different Cthulhu monsters.
And is it hand sculpted or digital? Is it a bit of both?
This was all, the whole purpose of this one was it was all hand sculpted.
Right,
we do
right.
use digital as well. I've been using 3D printers since
Yeah,
the 90s.
yeah,
you
it's-
know. But yeah, and these all were scanned and went to China, but I
Right.
retained the IP and the original master sculpts. So,
yeah, dope.
so yeah, you can buy them in PVC, but these are resin and metal and
Yeah,
from the
yeah.
original sculpts rather than scanned
Sweet.
third party. You know, so.
My new thing's slush molded Japanese
Yes.
Safubi vinyl.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I've been
yeah,
doing
yeah,
now.
yeah.
I'm more into like the designer toy world. That's
Yeah.
what I moved into
again,
now.
I did a lot
It's such
of
a
that,
it's like it's so many similarities, but such a
Yeah.
different world. Each size.
Yeah, I used to work for people like Tamiya and Fujimi. I did
Yeah,
masters
yeah.
for 3-up kits for,
Wicked.
for tanks and stuff. I've done loads of toy design.
Nice one,
prototypes
man.
for like Mattel and people
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
You know.
Sweet.
And
So it was really cool to meet Ian from Fenris Games, definitely a guy that I could have spent a long time talking to about sculpting and toy design, and it was awesome to be able to buy a couple of his company's lead miniatures. Also, I know that I keep calling them lead, but as far as I'm aware, all of the miniatures that I've been showing here are all actually cast in white metal. I just call it lead because that's what I remember the old stuff being made out of back in the day, and these obviously look and feel very similar to that. Another legend that I've got to shout out as well is Steve from Rubicon Models, an awesome British-based military model kit making company who sorted us out with some amazing goodie bags filled with some dope stuff, including a pair of genuine God Hand snippers, which I was absolutely buzzing with, so shouts out to that guy and Rubicon Miniatures because I've wanted a pair of these snippers since I found out about them. I kinda completely wrecked my good Gunpla ones while I were doing the Big Bot Bash, so these couldn't have come at a better time.
I wrecked mine doing the Big Bot Bash and all. My Gunpla snippers, I wrecked them.
With the God Hand though, because they're like really hard.
Fisto, Mani-Faces, Man-at-Arms, the Sorceress, He-Man, Triclops, Whiplash, Skeletor, Trapjaw, Evil Lyn. Dinosaur. Yeah, Dinosaur. That's one of the really rare toys to get. The big one is like never released in this country.
Something else that I thought was really cool to see as well was the miniature sets from Masters of the Universe Battleground. And I know sometimes us vintage toy collectors feel a bit motoed out, like there's too much of it, but what I really like about these is that I feel they're an awesome way to bridge the gap between both the worlds of vintage toys and miniature wargaming, and personally, that's something that I'm all about. See, to me, this stuff is all so similar. Action figures, wargaming miniatures, they're all just dope, colourful little monsters and mutants to me. I love all of it, and I know this video might seem a little bit different from the normal toy hunts and toy making videos that you're used to seeing from me, but I always enjoy covering a bit of wargaming and miniatures on the channel, so if wargaming isn't normally your thing but you've stayed around and watched this video anyway, then just know that I really appreciate you being here with an open mind, because it's a lot of fun for me to be able to show you something and talk about something besides toys that I'm equally very passionate about.
That's mine and Bill's next battle report. That's how we're doing it. Good, then we're going. Let's go.
So there you have it, that's how we got on at Salute 2024, and as you can probably tell from the footage, we had an amazing time. It was well worth the drive, we got some awesome pickups, and it was also really cool to meet a bunch of the big Bot Bash crew in person, like Tina Fielding, Dave from MS Paints, and Alex from 52 Miniatures. It was also cool to see a bunch of other people that I didn't really get a chance to speak to, but I enjoy watching on YouTube, and I'm really looking forward to more events like this in the future. So I'd love to know if that's something that you would like to see more of on the channel. Did you go to Salute? What did you think of it? Or have you never been to Salute but this video's twisted your arm and made you want to go next year? Let me know down in the comments below. I also felt like there was so much that I didn't get to cover. Like I said, this was such a big event and I felt like I was very much just finding my feet with this first Salute. I didn't get to see any of the painting competition entries or anything like that, so next time I'll make sure that I get better coverage of those, because from what I hear they were amazing. And it was also really cool to see Turgo getting so much love and meeting Slimehouse fans. I didn't think that anybody were going to spot me there, so the fact that so many people came up and said hello and took a picture and that kind of thing, as always, you know, it really made my day. Now, to anybody that's been watching any of my studio build videos at the minute, you'll know that right now we've got a really busy couple of weeks covering events. A week on Saturday, we're back down in London for ToyCon UK, the UK's biggest designer toy convention, where we're also going to be premiering and releasing the Turgo Sofubi for the first time ever, so that's going to be amazing. So I'd love to see you there if you can make that. But for now, I just want to say a massive thank you to everybody that made this day awesome. Big ups to Bill and Dan for making us feel so welcome. And also to Dave for driving me around and doing all my cameraman duties. I really do appreciate it. And as always, I just want to say a massive thank you to everybody that took the time to watch this video. With all the stuff that you can be watching on YouTube, it really means a lot that you come back here every single week and watch Slimehouse TV. So I know I say it a lot, but thank you. I really, really do appreciate it. So with all that said, I'm going to love you and leave you. I'm Theo Kane. This is Slimehouse TV. And until the next episode, I'm gone. Pow.